water skins, I'm keeping it room temperature. Well, no, I'm keeping it from freezing. I don't know what temperature
Well,
it is.
it would be a comfortable temperature for you. So technically, yes, room temperature.
Elf temperature?
Do elves' hearts beat faster? Is their temperature like 102?
Oh.
Okay. We're traveling, we're moving right along.
Okay. Yay. Okay. You guys get to the you guys get to where you can see the manor house, the giant's manor house, and it's pretty big. Obviously.
Is it gigantic?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not. But it looks almost like you would have it's like a winter resort is the size of it. So gigantic wouldn't be the term I would use. It looks like a large winter resort. So like you would see like you would see today. So it's like hotel sized. So it's not like it's
Okay, what does that translate into for the giant, though?
It's a hovel. No, it's actually not that big for him. It's very, very humble. Very humble. But the point is, like at a resort, I say, is because there's also living accommodations built off to the side for normal-sized people and stuff like that. There's a stable kind of a place. There's it's almost like a little town without being a little town. So, but it looks weird because there's this really big house and these little ones that are connected to the really big house. So from a distance, it looks like a resort, like you would see today.
Got it.
So, and oddly enough, there's some very large elephants. Actually, there's a couple mammoths nearby as well.
Oh, you could friend one, Dennis.
I think they're already owned.
Oh.
I think they're spoken for.
Well, why don't you ask him? I could ask him.
You can have them. They can have the mammoths. I think we should go for the
I mean, because
ivory.
they could pull the sleds.
It's true.
We're good, Matt. We wouldn't cut off their tusks. I wouldn't let you do that anyways.
He's Jewish, remember?
I'd smack you right in the face for saying it.
Yeah, and then I hit you with the Eldritch Blast. And,
Sweet party
no,
vibe!
I have something else. Because I took damage, then I could hit you with the...
Hellish rebuke.
yeah. And then it's all over.
I still have shake water, so
Then after you're
I'll
taking
just
care
try.
Alright,
of
whatever.
and the
Moving
area
on.
is done
Moving on.
smelling
Moving
like
on.
rat, then we...
Virtual penis
Well,
is
the
bigger than
thing
your virtual
is, he's
penis.
going to be healed by the bard.
And then the paladin will smack both of you and tell you to shut up.
So how do we want to approach this? Because we think that the evil wizard might be here, right?
No.
Or no,
we
it
think my
was
master might be here.
his
Yeah.
master. Okay.
Who might be the evil wizard? I'm just joking.
Dun dun dun.
So we're just gonna go knock on the front door.
Oh.
I'll go knock on the door.
Hold on.
The smallest
No.
in the party is going to knock on the
Group
biggest
decision.
door ever.
Group decision for this.
Um,
Group decision for this.
Are the mammoths protected, like guard mammoths?
Do the,
No.
no.
do I know anything about giant customs?
They're big.
Not well. The thing is, it's not really a giant society. It's only one giant.
Right, but he'd still be... I mean, he'd change his customs a little bit, but...
No, he hasn't really hung out with his own kind for a very long time.
He's just like big people.
Just like big people.
Well, the thing is, even immortals like that don't change their ways overnight. So,
That's true.
time to them is nothing. And, I mean, he's not really immortal, but his time span is a lot longer than ours, so it's easier to hold on to traditions. What's a year to him? Nothing.
True.
That's where that noise is coming from. 'Cause
Over his head.
I know, isn't it the most annoying sound in the world? Here.
only when I don't know where the fuck this
Turn
noise
that
is coming
off.
from,
Mine's
then
off.
all of a sudden
She could be in here, and I could be sound asleep, and then I hear
You can just turn that
from her
off.
phone.
Mine's off. Don't bother Matt.
you have to talk to her.
And then I just want to get up and crush the phone.
Oh, you want me to turn that off?
No.
But then she doesn't know if she's typing or not.
Exactly.
Is it working? Is it working?
Even though letters are appearing in sentences, she still needs
yeah,
to
show
hear
me how to
them.
turn that off then.
I'll go knock on the door. Why are we
I
here?
gotta click
That's the
around.
thing. That is a very good question.
I
Why
don't
are you
even
here?
Remember why?
To talk to his master.
Jacob, why are we here?
Jacob, you need to answer the knock on the door.
I don't even know what we're
Well,
doing.
I'll answer your questions all in a moment, but if you'll excuse me, the coffee's been running through me quickly tonight, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Wow.
In the meantime, let's go talk to some mammoths.
Yeah, go talk to animals, Dennis. Elaine.
Done. It was one button.
Yay.
Maybe you could start a new breed and
There you go,
pregnant
Jared.
one.
And then I can turn into one because I work like the beaver does. Chunt?
Badger.
Badger.
It's from
Chunt.
Hello from the Magic Cavern. His name is Chunt.
He's
Six
a
feet.
changeling. He can change into other animals.
That's
but
pretty
he
cool.
has to have sex with them to turn into that kind of animal.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool too.
And he can't like do it free will. He can only change via having sex with another animal to turn into that animal.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Including spiders.
Ugh. Hey, but you know what? I guess it was what you're used to. Whoa. And does he change in the middle of the process, or does he stay normal and when he's done he has the ability to
It's
change?
supposed
That's
to
a
take
question.
couple days and then he changes.
Oh, so it's something that has to be premeditated even because
Yeah.
it's not like oh shoot I need to turn into something. Ah! Okay, I can turn into it. Now it's like well let's see I might need this. Does he remember? Or does he have to go back like to reset?
To turn back, he's gotta, like, if he's a badger and then he turns into a horse, he's gotta have sex with a badger again and turn back into a badger.
Wow.
Yeah, he can only change by having sex into the creature he wants to turn into.
And if he has sex with a human, he looks exactly like that person.
Creepy. Very creepy. Very cool in some ways.
Jesus.
Creepy.
Well, we know who slept with the badger.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, God. Why? Because there's two of them. Oh! That's terrible. Terrible.
How many mammoths are there? 2? 5? Does he have a team of mammoths?
There's only two.
It's pulled a sled.
So
Yeah.
So if he's a badger, okay,
We've gotten
He's
so
a badger,
off subject.
and another changeling
Oh
wants
my
to
God.
turn into a badger, so then bangs him.
He turns into a badger.
Do they turn into a badger, or do they turn
No.
into a copy of him?
One turns into the badger, the other one turns into a copy of the person.
Yeah. They would switch what they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll switch.
Because I think somebody sent in that question at one point.
You're like, it hurts. I can't.
They get
Makes
hurt.
perfect sense. This has answered all of the mysteries I had.
That's terrible. Why are there two ferrets? Well, you see, that would be terrible. And I'm sure the droid would kill somebody for that. I am 100% certain, actually, the droid would kill somebody for that.
All right.
Anyways.
Mammoth.
Alright, sorry about that.
Yay, he's back. Thank you.
Okay,
Save us.
This was not a good conversation.
Animal friendship, what do you need to do? Just in case you wanted to have a friend. What's the restriction? Is it
Because he
intelligence
doesn't
restriction?
have
It's
any
intelligence. Give me a damn second.
Who's got a friend in me?
Well, when the animal's smarter than I am, I obviously can't friend it. It uses me as a familiar.
If the intelligence is 4 or higher, it fails.
You can actually befriend a mammoth.
Nice.
Befriend a mammoth, see if it wants to be your companion.
I'm gonna go walk up to the mammoth and offer it a morsel of food.
A good berry.
Let's put it this way. It's not large. It's huge. Okay.
Is it bigger than an elephant?
I think
Yes.
I'm gonna bow out. I'm like
Okay.
trying to like fade in out of consciousness here, and I need
Okay.
sleep. So
Have a
Have
good
a
night.
night.
don't
tomorrow.
die. Don't like get yourselves killed because I'll
I'm
be
gonna
disappointed in
see-
every one of you. But hey guys,
I'm gonna
Nice.
see how mammoths react to giant weasels.
Ferrets.
That's wrong. That's so wrong. So
And
the
then
sad part
there
is
was
I
Jacob.
actually had combat planned. I didn't expect the rogue to be in the call tonight because I never got message
Ah.
because opening the chest would have activated the combat.
Ah.
But
Oh,
some somebody disarmed the trap, and I couldn't do it then.
Oh, it would have been like
Nice.
zombies.
I forgot when I talked to her last week, and she said she's pretty much on for every game, unless she says otherwise.
I know, but I wasn't told. I had this
forgot
great
to
plan,
mention
and I'm
that.
like,
I
Oh,
figured
were all
it was
the
dead
bodies in the bottom gonna come up and get us?
no, actually, out of the walls themselves, animated stone constructs were gonna show up and fight.
Oh damn, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
It would have brought the tower down.
Yeah,
Because
that's
they
true.
would have, the stone would be. Advertisements. We got them now.
Yay! Because there's only Adele left.
Adele.
Yep.
Sing! No. But so what was that calculation with carrying capacity again? Strength times 15,
Yeah.
Yep.
and huge is bigger than large, correct?
Double for every size category going up. So you double to get to large, then you double to get to the next size, then you double to get to the next
You want
size.
me to check sizes?
I don't know if huge is right after large or not.
I can't remember.
It's
Hold
the
on.
only thing I don't remember. 'Cause I didn't know if that would be an issue. So
We could probably hook, if I get this thing to help us out, hook up all the sleds to
It
the
doesn't
one
say
man.
anything about sizes.
where's the
What's gonna
size?
help us?
Medium.
It's what medium?
I'm trying to make a
That's all.
mammoth friend.
I was just trying to read it quick.
I'll have to find that chart because it's in a different section.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Why something? Just get something our own size. Maybe a Yeti or something.
Yeah, go find me a Yeti, see how it works out.
Yeti's
for
too
you.
smart.
A mammoth has 126 hit points.
Large, then huge, then gargantuan.
So it's large. So it's a step up.
So it'd
from
be
large.
times 4.
Times 4. So its carrying capacity, just to carry, is 1,400 pounds.
And then you double.
And then double it for pulling.
So
So 2,800 pounds.
2,880 pounds it can pull.
Yay, that's the whole party.
It's beyond the whole party.
Sweet.
Every member of the party weighed 200 pounds. It would still leave weight left over.
Well, they
And then some.
use elephants as pack animals.
No, I'm just saying.
So that's not a
That would
surprise.
be pretty awesome.
And in a fight, if the mammoth does its stomp, which it gets a plus 10 to hit,
Mammoth.
it does 4d10 plus 7 damage. Which means
Ooh.
basically it can just kill the party.
Trampling charge. If it moves at least 20 feet straight forward the creature, it hits it with its gore attack on the same turn. And if it knocks the whatever it attacks prone, it also gets to use its stomp attack in the same turn.
And the Gore-Tech only does 48 plus 7.
So did the stone golems, is that what scuffled with the pirates?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. The reason why everything was clean is because that sorcerer had prestidigitation. He went insane and murdered each one of them.
Oh, okay.
He didn't like things to be dirty.
Either with poison, yeah, and he didn't like things being dirty, so he cleaned it all up. So, but they basically were killing each other for that scepter, and he was just the one that won.
Okay.
And then he himself coveted the scepter more than food or drink,
Gotcha.
and died. Because he went insane doing it. That's all. And then he didn't want the bodies around, so he put them all in the drink.
Makes sense.
But he couldn't get the 4 that were hanging. Because it was gross. He can't fly, he couldn't do anything without destroying something. So I get to make fun of our wizard too.
Why?
Why?
He didn't think of it?
No, there's something else he didn't think of, so
What, getting the guy's spellbook?
no, he's a sorcerer. There's no spell book.
Oh, sorcerer, that's right.
So, but no, the fact he's a transmuter. What was the thing you guys were trying to take the entire time? From there?
The,
Ornament.
Ever burning torches, right?
yeah.
Which are sconces on the wall. You break the sconce, you don't have the ever burning torch, right? The guy that can turn stone into, like paper or something around it, and you can eventually break it and pull it off, kind of didn't think about that. You guys could have had a bunch of them.
Oh,
I'm
well.
not worried about it. Most
I know.
of it's
I'm
dark
not
vision.
worried about it. It's not
It's
my
just-
problem.
I
It
was
was
not
one
at
of those
all worried
funny
about
things. It
any
was
of
like one of
these
those
light
like, you guys
sources.
actually could have taken them. And if you really wanted them, you could have taken them.
I guess I didn't want him that bad.
Which is
I was-
annoying when you have characters that don't know what they're capable of doing
He
it.
didn't care about
Really,
having
Matt.
it.
Really mad.
Okay.
That's okay. If I had thought of that, you would have just made fun of me for something else.
No, it's just the thing is you didn't want it. Everybody else was like, "This is really cool," and you're like, "Eh."
I was not at all concerned
I
about
was-
these things.
Unimpressed.
I was
Yeah.
thinking more for the people who can't see in the dark.
I know, but
I bought a lantern. I spent all of my money on this.
You could have sold them. That's more money into the group.
No, like I said, it was just one of those things that was funny that everyone was kind of like, "This is kind of cool." Can we take like even today? It's a shame. Like, can we take the? It's like there's always a way.
I didn't care that much, and I don't really care about the money, so
Sure.
Money is everything.
My character
Sometimes we're
doesn't-
gonna need it.
my
Not
character doesn't care about the money.
Okay. Anyway, who's knocking on the door?
I will.
The wizard.
Okay.
I'll go with.
Which
I
door are
am
you
the-
knocking on, wizard?
Yeah.
No, I'm going up with the wizard.
The person-sized door, like the regular-sized door? Entrance?
Regular?
Okay. Because there's an obviously regular-sized door entrance.
Right.
So, okay.
Should have knocked on the giant.
May as well go up to the regular sized one and knock on it.
Okay, you knock on the door. The door opens. There is a dwarf that answers the door. And, he's, greetings, come inside, get out of the cold.
Ah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
What do you want?
Okay.
We're sorry to disturb you at this time.
Disturbing, why? You bring bad news?
Well, not bad news per se, but our errand here has a touch of urgency, I'm afraid. I'm Del Clane of the Adventurers Guild. This is Rembria of the same, and the rest of our companions also of the Adventurers Guild.
Speaking of which, can they come in out of the cold?
We came.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright.
Okay, so he goes, okay, so you have urgent news, you said?
Well, news and perhaps questions we hope to get answered. We were here to visit to inquire if Master Blackstone was here.
I am just a humble servant, and I do not have all the information you require. I can guarantee that. But let me take you to your room so you can get settled, and I believe you'll be able to ask questions around, let's say, dinner time.
Of course.
Is there anything that I cannot serve to any of you?
Wait, say again?
Is there anything I
Sorry,
cannot
connection.
serve to any of you for dinner? I want to make sure I'm not offending anyone by serving inappropriate food.
Allergies.
Oh.
Humanoid
meats.
flesh.
I do not like insects.
Anybody have any particulars?
That's fair enough. We have one party member that one of your party does not like insects. I will make sure there is no insects served this evening.
Or worms. We've had worms. Well, actually, no, they're like bacon. You just scrape them and it's bacon.
So, let me show you to your rooms.
Can we assume he's not going to feed his people?
you can hopefully
humanoids.
assume yes. So, he takes you to your rooms. He splits you off from the party, and everybody else gets just a nice room. Decent sized room, individual. He takes you to larger quarters, and what? You were
I
gonna
flopped
say
down on the bed.
something?
I take my armor off.
Okay, and you guys get situated till dinner time, and right?
Yep. Haven't prayed. Haven't prayed in a while.
Okay, do some praying, all that stuff. So dinner time, you guys go to the there's like a mess hall, or like a mess hall, but a hall for eating and stuff. And when you walk in, you notice what's really kind of unique is that on top of the table where the giant sits is is a length of table, so he can actually look at you while eating. So you see eye to eye with him.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and he is there right now, sitting at the table, talking to your gnome friend,
You know him?
whom did not go with you inside when you guys knocked on the door. Because she snuck off and knocked on the big door.
And I'm telling him tales of our adventures and singing him songs that he might want to hear.
Perform, gnome, perform.
Actually, just the telling of the tales and stuff. He's very sheltered. He does not get to know much of what goes
cool.
on, and he appreciates any news you bring.
Sweet! I'm the
Hooray.
life of his
And since-
party.
And since your character does not want to shut up ever, it's perfect because he just sits and listens the entire time.
What kind of giant is he?
Storm.
He's Storm Giant.
Okay.
I'm used to dealing with big people.
Is he your, like the traditional kind of storm giant, or is he
What do you mean?
unique?
What's he look like? Gray? Stormy?
Dark and brooding.
Storm giants most of the time have dark mixed in with white hair.
He definitely has
That
the
kind
white
of
hair.
thing.
Definitely.
Really pale. They're normally
I-
very pale with very pale colored eyes.
He fits it to a bill. Mostly because he also doesn't get a lot of sunlight. So, yeah, he's pretty dead on that one.
I do stop occasionally talking just to hear if he has any tales that he wants to recant, because I'm always looking to expand my stories.
Oh no! Right now he wants to hear about the outside world, what's been going on, how the crops have been going, how the cities have been. He wants details even too. Like it's like he asks questions about the party that you guys when you were brought into the guild officially. Like he's asking about all the stuff that
Sweet.
is old news now.
I am.
Because
telling
you were
him-
there, obviously.
Yeah.
He kind of wants to know about. Oh, you were there. What happened?
Oh yeah.
How are things?
Big.
How did the people
No,
react?
there's
giants.
What did you eat?
I will tell
what was
him
there?
everything.
He's
Great
asking.
detail and
Actually,
embellish
kind of
a little things here and there.
But that's the thing. That's what he's actually, like I said, he just wants to know everything.
That's
He doesn't get to
giant.
travel
Cool.
north very often.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
So,
see that?
He kind of wants to know. He's kind of interested.
That's
Because
what this guy looks like.
he doesn't have
And just like I treat everybody who's bigger than me, I treat them like everybody else.
And like I would be like the size of his big toe.
No, he's only 26 foot tall.
Oh, he's kind of short then.
yeah, he's,
That's
giant's-
the biggest giant that there is.
Yeah, he's 26 feet, still pretty big.
Yeah, it's
but
big.
But you're definitely bigger than his toe.
I'm probably thinking Titan.
Yeah.
yes. So he's a big dude, yes, but still. But the thing is, like I said, it's set up to where when again dining, you guys dine as peers, not as he's obviously this big, you guys are down there, kind of nothing like that. So
What's his name?
now he's not a traditional storm giant because he does not obviously have a floating castle and all the other good stuff like a lot of storm giants do. So he is very grounded. No. Very humble in comparison to he's not. He's been very he's just talking about just regular things, all regular stuff because he's always in the cold. He deals with his mammoths, and he'll if you ask him about it, he'll talk, of course, go into detail about the breeding process and everything else.
Oh,
Like a
so
farmer.
those are your mammoths that we saw earlier?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. Those are being ready to be butchered. Yeah, they're old.
Oh.
Their time is about up.
Can we borrow one for a little bit?
Borrow? What do you mean?
Help us carry our supplies back to the dock when we.
Oh, absolutely. You can take them with you if you want to the dock.
Cool.
Because the
Thank
dock is attached to this place, right?
No,
Oh, okay.
the dock's out a bit because the thing is that the dock has to keep moving.
Oh, that's right. That makes sense.
So, and eventually they just pull it because then the ice will connect shortly afterwards. So there's a few weeks where there is no trade, and then it opens back up with sleds.
Ask about the wizard.
So
Oh, yeah.
The whole reason we're here.
Sorry, I got off topic. What I do. So Dell, his master, is apparently is friends of yours or something. And he's supposed
Yes.
to be here.
We're great friends, and he visits me regularly, unlike most other people that say they're my friend.
Oh,
That's just usually how it works.
I'll be your friend.
But
You're
And
busy.
he'll never come back.
Yeah.
You'll only be exactly who he's talking about.
but he's like, but yes, he is here. Why? Do you need to speak to him?
Yeah, Dell, his not his underling. What's the word for it? Apprentice, right?
Yes, his apprentice. I'm familiar with this Del character you speak of.
Oh yeah, he's that one right there. I point to the human wizard. And he needs to ask him some questions because he might know some things about this.
You are just as your master described. Welcome, Del.
I am.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
How did he
Actually,
describe
I'm curious,
Dell?
How did he describe me?
Oh, he speaks very highly of you, actually.
What?
Hey, maybe some places people speak highly of you too.
Mentioned something about how you were just this lowly soldier that was nothing more than a sword-stabbing buffoon, and now you can cast spells.
You've been upgraded.
I see what you did there.
Kind of funny since I still wear a sword too, but
He never said you were perfect.
Nah.
so,
I jest. I'm just pulling your leg.
He's so funny.
So, but no, he has spoken very well of all of you.
Wait, what?
oh,
So,
I'm.
I mean, I can understand me, but
well,
Have we all met him before?
I don't know, but he will be here shortly. You might want to ask him that question. I don't know all the specifics. I do know that though that you are on a journey. You have many questions about a great many things. I'm pretty certain of that.
That which we do, yes.
And you know, if there's anything that I might be able to assist with, please feel free to ask.
Is there anything a storm giant can help with?
Because obviously you guys are the current adventuring group.
Have you ever fought a dragon before?
Yes.
Has he seen the dragon before? He's really old, right?
Do you know about the dragon that lives in the mountains that's blackened off?
I know of the dragon, yes.
is he the one you fought?
But you've never
No.
seen it.
He's not the one I fought. I have never met that dragon
What
before.
color was the dragon that you fought?
Black.
Ooh.
What's the color? It's red, right? In the mountain?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that
I had
dragon?
an interloper that was attempting to kill my mammoths quite some time ago, for fun, and I had to basically do some work and take care of it.
Hmm. Do you know any magic?
A little bit.
Oh man, I don't hear that very often here.
Oh, you know what? It could be like somebody stuck in the snow or something, or...
And he's got to go.
That doesn't sound good.
Don't worry, they kept going.
Yeah, it didn't stop. We're good.
They don't know we're here. Haha, no. But no.
So
no.
did you fight the dragon with spells, or did you use your fist, or did you have a big sword?
I used a combination of things, including magic and magical items and brute strength. There's a lot of things I used against that dragon.
When did this happen? How old were you?
Oh, this was about no matter. It was when I was young and foolish. And I'm older now, and I know how to keep dragons out of my mammoths.
How do you do that? Do you like post a sign and tell them like not to come here and have like a scary face on it or something?
Usually the bones of another dragon tends to keep them away
Oh,
when you display them. Kind of like what people do when they put heads on pikes.
I see what you're saying.
Or a scarecrow for birds in your farms. I know.
Do you have?
It's an expensive ward, but it's really effective.
That works. I was just thinking, like how we could keep dragons away from like the town if something were to happen.
At this point, if the dragon has not attacked any of your towns, it likely never will.
Why is that? Is it sleeping or something, or?
Well, the dragon's been there for quite some time. If it wanted to attack your towns, it would have done it by now.
The problem is nobody can get through the mountain pass.
So either there's something there that it is guarding with its life, which at this point, based on description, could very likely be a nest.
Oh no, more dragons!
Or very, very protective of its horde, whatever it might be. So there's something of interest that the dragon wants to pay attention to, obviously.
Ask about the previous adventurers if he's met them.
You know, I think you're there
Yeah,
by now.
she's talking to him.
But you guys are all there. You can all
Alright.
talk to them.
Well,
Yeah.
I asked if he knows anything about the previous adventurers because we haven't had any.
Which ones? I've known many of them.
Let's see, who did we find in the? I'm asking you guys. Who did we find in the tower?
Well, actually, who we might have, I believe we found two separate of the previous groups. The one that came just before us, I believe,
Okay.
and then also the one that I believe your father was a part of.
And then
And then the group before that, where I got the ring from the hand soup.
No, that was something else.
Oh.
Well, I can't confirm that. But that was in the Goblin's Warren.
do you know anything possibly about? We've heard rumors about a dark wizard. Do you know anyone from the previous Adventurers Guild who would match that description at all?
By just saying dark? No, I not. Well, there was this one necromancer, but he was on the up and up. I don't think he'd be really a dark wizard. And that was about 150 years ago, so he's probably dead.
Well, necromancers, you never know. But why would you call him a dark wizard? Just because he was a necromancer, or?
Well, he did dabble in the dark arts, obviously. That's part of his job. So, but he'd be about the closest I would say that he would get to that. You understand. Everyone that's an adventurer goes through a vetting process. Process that you are not part of beyond just being the recipient of of success or failure of this process. There's a reason why several people that try to become adventurers never make it. And it's not always because of their
Skill.
ability and skill to be an adventurer. A lot of it is also about character and about vetting your background and who who your parents are, who your parents' parents are, and so on and so forth, and what place they had in the community, and what they did and what they succeeded in.
We kind of came across like this old adventurers guild. It kind of had like a symbol like ours, but slightly different. And I kind of point out what was different about it. Do you know anything about that? Since you're very knowledgeable and you've been around for a long time.
I'm afraid I really can't answer that because it's not my place. And then from behind you guys, you hear someone speak. I can answer that. And so now Dell's master shows up
Master.
and moves to the table, and I can answer that question, but I need to know what you know about it first.
Well, the building had all kinds of size holes and stairs, and that was kind of neat. So I guess multiple races were there at one point in time.
I think he's talking more about the glyph on the floor and the magic.
The Adventurers Guild in its history has always been surrounded by equality amongst the races.
Well, we know that that tower was there
Remember,
before the dragon should have been around.
That is also true.
So,
Wasn't there also a spell on it, like a protection spell to help preserve the stone?
There's a protection spell in
I
the building.
think
yeah, it was like cast constantly, so there was like a residue of it or something like that. Because it was cast so often. I think Dell knew more about that than any of us.
Yes, my apprentice. Please speak up about this.
I think what we know is, I'm not sure what we know. We have bits and pieces of things we found all over our travels that have eventually brought us here. But we found the tower just on the outskirts of the bog, of which they speak, and the tower itself had an emblem carved in the floor, which was similar to our guild's, but just different enough to make notice. And beneath this tower was ruins possibly older than the tower itself, but still built in alignment with the ruins. And in the catacombs, we found 4 members of the previous adventuring party, or at least who we assumed to be the previous adventuring party. One, they were all deceased, I'm afraid to say. One of them, the illusionist, was missing their head.
Oh, yeah.
Also, in one of these side chambers, we found a body. We found the body of another, who we assume a member of the Adventurers Guild, who had a pouch, and once this pouch was burnt in fire, a large tome had appeared, and in this tome was written of that party's discoveries of what they had found underneath the tower, and that their party member had sacrificed himself to keep the knowledge of what was beneath the tower from the invading orcs at the time. And then later, as we were solving the crisis with the increased goblin invasions, we found several more bodies, deceased, who we assume had been taken prisoner and killed by a dark wizard, as described to us by the goblin chieftain. We had discovered that they had emblems sewn into their clothing that once again were like our guild symbol, but still different. Unfortunately, out of character. Were those emblems on those particular guys different from the emblem in the floor in the tower?
Yes.
Back in character. Those emblems were again different from our guild emblem and the emblem found on the floor of the tower. So, I'm afraid I don't know what we know, except we have pieces of something bigger.
So let's go to these emblems. What makes them so important? What is the connection?
Well, it's possible. According to the journal we found in the tower, it described. We haven't gotten a chance to peruse it thoroughly,
Cultural character again?
but according to
Yeah,
what we did read,
like
the emblem in the tower
16?
belonged to a group that came before our guild, and that who members of that organization went on to form our guild. I'm afraid I can't make but guesses about the different emblem on the individuals that we found in the Goblins' War.
Well, let's hear your guess. Anybody else got a guess? Let's hear your guesses. Really curious. Trying to know how much you know. Let me rephrase it. I need to know how much you know.
Well, you know the guild's been around longer than the dragon. Or at least some form of the guild.
Well, you're right on both points there.
But why, we don't know.
Why lie about how old the guild is?
Right.
Can I roll intelligence
For what?
to see if my character might piece something together? No, okay.
That is a good question. Why would there be a lie about the age of the guild?
We had suspicion that there wasn't a dragon.
Well, that I can tell you that there is. That is definitely not a fabrication.
Have you seen it?
Have I seen it? No.
But we do also know that there's somebody in the guild that we can't trust. We just don't know who. Or
We know there's some woman listening into a Rocky Talkie, but don't remember why. Because I made a note of it on my character sheet. I don't remember that at all.
It's because the other guy has one.
The other
The Dark Wizard has one.
Yeah,
Let's
we know
use it
that-
to talk to somebody else.
We know the Dark Wizard has a Rocky Talkie. We do know. Okay.
And there's a female voice on the other side.
Yeah.
and there's obviously a mole for whatever reason.
I
In
don't
the
remember
guild.
how we got to that decision either. Oh, because they know everything we're doing. That's right. Because all of our steps seem. The Dark Wizard always seems to be. I don't know if I want to say one step ahead of us, but almost everything we've encountered that's been happening, or that any issue in the kingdom we found has been linked back to who the goblins have told us is a Dark Wizard. I don't know exactly what that means, but that's the only description we have of him.
Okay, so this Dark Wizard seems to know a lot about the guild.
And he seems to be.
He was brief.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. He seems we were able to retrieve some of his notes when he fled the Goblin Warren. We were able to piece together that he may be looking into some kind of older magic, something that was used by the guild, or something that was in use by the guild. Unfortunately, details were sketchy from the notes that he left behind.
He's also been creating flesh golems over and over, and he's getting better every time he does it.
That just shows that he's making progress in his travels, which is unfortunate. He's looking for an ancient magic, you said, or an old magic.
Yes. It's possible it may be connected with what we found underneath the tower. One of we did encounter a flesh golem down in the catacombs.
Okay, so this is what I can tell you at this time, is that he is not a member of the guild at all. Okay? There is no mole in the guild at all, except whom he may have already converted or is manipulating. The reason he knows about the operations of the guild, because his guild is an offshoot of the original guild.
There's another guild.
No, not really another guild, more like the same one. Long ago, our guild was not an adventuring guild. It was a wizard's guild. And it was used to find magic for the king. and of course for the best of the kingdom. Well, one king got a taste of immortality. And it was because of the research done here. So what we did is we buried the research. And we buried everybody related to that research. And we made a vow to never allow it to happen or to come out again. That was the official creation of the Adventurers Guild. So, the other person is probably a member of a brother type guild, which means he's from the kingdom.
So quite possibly the original wizard, quite possible the Wizards Guild as originally as it was before we were separated.
Except obviously they've changed as well. Probably in similar fashion as we have.
It's just the opposite end of the spectrum.
No, I can't really say they're the opposite end of the spectrum. They're just doing what for their king and country as you do for yours. So, in all reality, they're doing their job just like you are. That doesn't change. Their methods are different and less honorable, yes. But ultimately what they're doing is for their king and country. Either by mandate, law, manipulation, whatever it is. So, never expected them to be able to make it this deep and back into our lands.
So that's why he was in a tomb under the trial hall.
Yes. That's why I was in the tomb under the trial hall.
Do you have the immortality magic, and that's why he's after you?
No, we do not have immortality magic. That has been protected. Everything else has been destroyed. That we can destroy has been destroyed. This is something that we did not plan at all. Is there a dragon problem? Yes. Would we like to trade with the North? Or with the North? Yes. Did I know that this was going to happen where adventurers are going to be finding the magics that we destroyed? No. But they seem to have gotten a little bit further. Only because the only people that can enter that tomb are descendants of the original founders of the guild.
Hence the reason for the Wagon Master's hand.
Correct.
What? And that leads me to ask, what about the illusionists and their missing head?
Well, if someone has a lot of information and knowledge, and you wish to speak to the dead, and the dead isn't there to speak back, how do you do that then? Correct?
Correct.
No head means can't speak to the dead. Which means the illusionist had knowledge that he could not share.
So basically, I understand.
Which, unfortunately, I expect each and every one of you to perform that same sacrifice if necessary.
Just as the illusionist and the man we found in the sealed cavern.
Correct.
Ruins.
How do you cut off your own head?
He didn't. Somebody had to have done it for him.
I mean, what happens if you're the only one? Like,
Wasn't, was he?
What's that?
He wasn't the only one.
I'm sorry, I still couldn't hear that. Who wasn't the only one?
The illusionist wasn't the only one there.
No, there were three. There were three others in that from that particular group.
Which means one of them had to have done it.
Right. And when we looked, we didn't find a head, so they were most likely successful in what they were trying to do.
Obviously. So,
Obviously.
so you have questions. What are the questions that you have? Excellent.
Yeah.
Hang
Sorry,
Hang on.
sorry, out of character, drawing a blank.
Perhaps we should eat then.
Everybody had all these questions before.
I'm so
Yeah.
tired right now.
I know.
Yeah,
I think
sorry.
it's maybe next session
Can we? Yeah.
pick up and
So we are going to pause for the dinner and the small talk that's going to happen during the dinner, and then afterwards there'll be brandy and smoking, and you guys can ask questions. How about that?
Sounds
So
good.
Game of Thrones for the next
Okay.
4 hours describing food, right?
No,
Um,
no. I'm gonna say it was delicious.
I'm gonna like elbow the storm giant and be like, so you like jokes?
No.
I gotta tell you about this prank that I did.
So you
It was
like
Then we
jokes.
can end the game,
Let me
right?
introduce you
Yes.
to our bard.
Wow.
So I tell him the story. I don't tell him exactly how it ends.
I tell him how it ends.
But no, he really is receptive to everything you guys talk about. And again, he is by himself, and he's very
How long
curious.
did it take us to get here?
We asked you about like, well, how did that make you feel? How did you feel about that? Were you scared? Like, he also wants to know emotions. He wants to know everything. He's everything that when you describe things, he was like, what did it smell like? Did it, how did it taste? What did you see? Like
How
he's.
does the poop taste?
Was there corn? No.
Was there
uh,
So
wasn't
much
corn.
corn.
but that's
That was a giant peanut.
But that's what but when you go to describe things, well, we did this, and he asks questions like, how did it taste? What was it like? Like every detail, not just like, oh, it was fun. Well, why was it fun? What colors were it? What did you see? It's like he gets into every little piece that he can possibly get into.
Sounds
So-
like a spy. He's getting information and
He just
intelligence on the enemy.
he's living vicariously through our stories.
I don't know.
Yes,
You ready to go? Do you need me to drive?
How long did it take us to get here?
a couple of days
I don't
by
think-
sled, and you guys didn't stop.
Okay. Like, say, from the town that we come from.
Oh, it's been at least a week now.
At least a week? Okay.
I'm gonna check in with the guild leader and let him know we made it to the giant hall.
Okay, that would be a good idea. So we're gonna end the stream here. So
Well, I'm thinking about it. I just thought I'd mention it.
Goodbye.
we'll see. Bye. We'll see you all next
Thanks for playing
possibly 2 weeks, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
2 weeks from now is Christmas.